We're live from the Cathedral of Speed, and as though it looks damp out there, it is damp out there. There will be still a lot of fire and passion in the fans today. My name is Dan, I'll be your commentator for this evening. Sat alongside me is Matt.
Good evening, good evening, Danny. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
More fireworks be on display after what was called last night the Monza massacre.
Let's not talk about last night. It's not bother.
So
It
yeah,
happened. It's on YouTube. Go watch it.
yeah, go watch
if
it.
you fancy it.
Then you know what we're on about.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Then you'll know why neither of us particularly want to talk about it.
Well, it was a big upset, I think. For
It was.
let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. I don't want to ruin it anymore. It's that time of the season, Danny, where we start talking about. Well, I didn't think it was going to be this early, but we start talking about drivers and constructors' championships. Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently, I've heard some rumours that it can be wrapped up this evening.
It can indeed. Thomas in the Mercedes, championship leader at the moment.
Yes.
He can wrap it up tonight.
Let's go.
As for... Yeah, he can wrap it up tonight. Slater is the only man who can stop him. In order to avoid the championship going to next week, Thomas needs to score 18 points or more. So if Thomas gets the race win, he wins the championship. If he comes second, he wins the championship. Unless Slater wins with the fastest lap.
That's going to be important, and he's not going to be able to do that if we go by last week's qualifying session that they all decided to do at the end of Hungary, with about 7 drivers trying to go for fastest lap.
Yes.
So it's going to be difficult.
It is.
It's also going to be difficult because of some penalties that were dished out after Hungary.
Yes.
And on the new improved website, which has just been launched, and we're excited to do so. I think quite a few guys in the community are excited that it's now up and running.
Yep.
It's not looking good for the racing points, Danny.
No, both racing points with qualifying bans, unless I'm mistaken.
Yes, they are. I've got it right in front of me.
So Big Slater has it all to do to stop Thomas tonight.
But perhaps...
And it's going to be very difficult for him, I think.
Yeah, but perhaps the conditions have favoured him. The fact that it's wet usually throws the order a little bit out of the window. So we're expecting probably the likes of Dynamo, etc., Dracer to be more at the front during quali. That would be my guess.
Yes, you would expect so.
It's a dry race from Claudio, apparently.
Okay, so damp qualifying, a dry race. So everyone will be on dry setups.
Yep.
Could make qualifying very interesting. It will come down to natural talent. And I've been requested to mention Two-Spell that tonight has a special helmet, considering we are at the Italian Grand Prix.
I see it. Red, white,
Yes,
green.
he's sporting a red, white and green number tonight. Just looking at the Constructors' Championship whilst we're on the subject. Racing Point are 62 points behind Mercedes. There are, including tonight...
I'll let you one out. Thomas is the first one that's going to complete a lap without invalidating. Everyone else I've looked so far, we're out in front of him and have invalidated. I got that wrong because OG Tennis Freak is just a 130.7, which has then been smashed out of the park.
Yeah, 29.2 from Thomas. So in total, there are a maximum, including tonight, of 176 points available.
Right.
That's with 4 1-2 finishes with the fastest lap going to one of the drivers.
Okie dokie.
So with an 86 point lead, as they have, 64 point lead, sorry, I was looking at Renault for a second. So with a 64-point lead, that obviously gives them 112 points that they need to make up in the next 4 races, which is doable.
A stretch. I think that's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, right. Bearing in mind that one race
fastest. Hello.
0.9. He's been practicing with manual gears this week. I know that. Put himself on provisional pole. That's what we like to see.
Big steps. Let's have a look and see what they're doing. There we go. Currently fitted.
I'm just going to do some more maths with the constructors and see if we can actually get a winner today in Mercedes. I think we can actually.
You crack on, we will watch the action. Thomas has come into the pits. Whoa! Who was that? That was a Williams that's snaking down the start finish straight. That was Arvar, and he lost that completely. How he's kept that in a straight line is beyond me. He was absolutely snaking down there.
Yes, we can have a winner in the constructors today.
Oh, lovely jubbly.
We can. Mercedes will need a 1-3 finish.
Okay. And Don Ammo does a 29.3.
Yeah, either a 1-3 or a 1-2 finish. If they get the 1-3, then Racing Point must both retire.
Must both retire.
Or not score points.
Okay.
Then Mercedes will. No, they'll need the fastest lap as well. Then they'll win it by 1 point, regardless of what happens in the next 3 weeks.
So Tennis Freak on another lap and setting another lap on the intermediates. I think these guys will do 2 or 3 laps, I reckon, on each set, because they don't have many. And as soon as I said that, he comes into the pits. There's a Red Bull that has just gone through. I think it will be Dan. No, it wasn't. It was Rick. My bad. Lewis has put it up to P6. So
good job from Lewis. Yeah, trying to help out his teammate. Thomas will just want to finish tonight.
Yep.
He'll want to win it, obviously, and he'll want to win the race tonight to guarantee himself that. But Slater and Wisey are going to have to pull something out here. I'm told as well we're going to have telemetry for the race.
I know.
Isn't it exciting?
We're like little kids at Christmas, aren't we? Since this has been brought in. Everyone's like, "Oh, telemetry! I must have it. I must see it." I got it yesterday, and it's like, yeah, I don't really want to have a look at it, but because of what happened. But we'll move on. To be honest, I wasn't the only one, and I don't think I'll be the only one tonight either. Because
no, I agree. I've got it all set up ready, so.
Ooh, lovely jump.
It's anything we need, I should be able to find for us.
Oh, I have just gone on board with Rick, and you somehow kept that out the wall.
There is. Scary claims its first victim of the evening. Jamie goes fastest though, 128.7.
Oh, I forgot to take the notifications off again.
Oh, schoolboy error.
That's what happens when you've been playing pro clubs like 5 minutes before. I'm being honest.
Well, Thomas in the Ferrari then, coming out of the first chicane through the Curva Grande.
I was going to say, this is your chance to express your knowledge. You've been here.
I have been to Monza, yes. Yes. I lose it on the exit of the Rettifilio. It's not going to do him any good. And he's backed out of the lap, I think. And he's just taking it easy through the Lasmos.
Just going on board with guys that haven't set a time yet. We're halfway through the session, so the pressure is going to be ramped up just a little bit.
Certainly is. Thomas has backed out of that lap, so I'm about to say we'll leave him. I don't stream anymore, Matt has to do it.
Whee. Oh, you can't hear my voice.
Yep. How could we ever manage it like that?
You can listen to all the gibberish. That's another one, so it seems that Ascari is being a problem in the wet as it was in the dry yesterday. That's another one that's invalidated through there. And it's the second part, which is a bit weird.
We're about to see Crowan come through to finish his lap.
We have jumped on board.
That was for the line. Puts himself to 11th.
That's it. And like yesterday, it's all about getting a time. You need a time. You can't leave it to the last minute because you'll be under immense pressure.
It will indeed. Don Amo on his outlap at the moment.
I'm going to try again, watch him fall and see if he can complete a lap this time. That's a bit better. That's a bit better.
Through Ascari he goes.
Smoother through Ascari, that was.
I'm going to jump over to Don Amo and... Do you want to test my knowledge?
I mean, you can do. Would you like to take us through a lap with Don Amo?
You wanted to.
I did want this.
Go on then, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So,
for what it's worth, I can confirm there's nothing in front of me with it written on. This is all from memory.
Right, here we go, and it is going to be Don Amo with his flying lap.
Heading down towards turn 1, the chicane there, the Variante Rettifilo. Harsh 90-degree right and then left for powering out through the long, slow right-hander that is Curva Grande. When I say slow, I mean it's a very long and slow corner to make your way around it. You can do it flat out, of course. Second chicane, the Della Roggia.
Fastest through sector 1 as well.
Yes, yeah. Good lap so far from Don Amo. What would you expect from him in the wet? Lesmo 1 drifts it through there but holds it nicely. Lesmo 2. And then this here, up towards Ascari, is actually a curve in itself. Actually the Curva del Serraggio. And into the famous Ascari chicane.
Got away with that and runs wide for good measure.
Wouldn't have been quick though, that's probably why he got away with it. And then finally, the Parabolica. I think the hardest corner on this track to get right, actually, the Parabolica.
Yes.
To do so quickly, anyway.
Got to be patient with the throttle application. And a 28.9. Thank you, Don Amo, for a lap around Monza. Puts him 5th. Yeah, that and Lesmo 2 actually, I think is a underrated corner in terms of difficulty.
Parabolica.
Parabolica.
Yeah.
That and the Parabolica. And then Ascari is just Ascari.
Yeah.
It's one of those corners where it's a bit like the Japan S's. If you get it absolutely spot on, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I managed it for the first time in the whole week's worth of practicing last night in qualifying. Which for anyone who was watching, that's why I was up there. It wasn't natural pace.
Not gonna lie, you surprised me last night when you said, "Oh, I did a 19.1." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I said, oh yeah, that'll do. 19.1. What?
What?
I was just as surprised as you were. I just played it off.
I'm just trying to see who would be interested in two. So I've done 7 laps on those Inters. He's not going to start on them, but he's done quite a few. Let's see if I think Jamie's in front. Yeah, oh no, he's on the cool down lap.
Just had. Well, I'm just reading through the chat. That's some sad news there, Connor. We're sorry about that, mate, but we're glad to have you with us. And you know, Cos is better than that anyway. Don't worry about it. Donamo is going again, by the way. I'll keep an eye on him.
Yes, I've literally just hopped on board with him, just to see what he's going to do. Ah, hello! There's a certain individual I've seen that has decided to fit the soft tyre. I don't know why. I think it stopped raining.
Let's have a look.
He's still in the pits. I don't know whether he's doing this for dramatic effect. He's quite good at doing that. But he's in the pits. And I don't think it's raining, so we could see another blockade like we did in the actual F1 here.
Donamo has backed out of his lap, probably to come in and put the slicks on.
So who's going to blink? Who's going to do it?
Oh, well, so you've got Donamo out on half at the moment, Jamie's out on track, Thomas is out on track, Dracer is out, Ferrari Thomas, Mark, Crowan, Lewis,
a lot of guys. See, they've gone back out on Inters, so I don't think it is.
Fresh Inters at that. No, Donamo's still going to go again though. Faxland has put the softs on as well now.
Just on board with well, one of the guys I think should be near the front, or has done. DRS enabled, there we go, so it is time, and there's a few guys. That's going to be close, but we are ahead.
That's a big mistake from Donamo there, because he bottled it into, well, not bottled, he overshot turn 1 massively, and he had the chance to come in and would have probably just made it out. Whereas now he's got to go all the way back around again, and he will not improve.
Arbart has gone purple through sector 2, but it's flashed, so I presume that is a personal best. Oh, he's weaved through Biscari again. It's not the first time I've seen that Williams go side to side.
Dan has come out on the soft tyre, so we'll see what happens
here. And so is
here.
Tennis Freak, by the way, and Faxland.
Two Spell, I think he's just come out as well.
Yes, so we got
he
Two
will
Spell.
Be the last man.
So he's going to be the one to watch, isn't he? Let's see if Thomas can extend his pole position or do as much as he can. There's going to be some guys out on the softs. Track evolution is going to be very hard. That's in the pit lane.
Yep. No, do you know what? If I was Two Spell, I would not be going out on those tyres.
Go on, I want to hear your reasoning to this.
Because if everyone behind him on the softs overtakes him, because let's be honest, no one on the Inters is going to improve now.
Thomas is.
Thomas is freak. But realistically, no one behind Two Spell is going to improve on intermediates. So even if all 3 soft runners get ahead of him, he's only going to be P10. He'll still have free choice of tyres.
Apparently we are very far behind according to Titch. So Thomas has come in. Ethan State out. Jamie goes to the line. Improves to 4th.
Dan has just set the fastest first sector, which is to be expected.
I think I would like to watch Tennis Freak as well, to be fair.
Two Spell missed the line.
He's missed the line?
Two Spell missed the line.
Wow, okay.
The only silver lining on that cloud is that he will have free choice of tyre regardless of where he finishes now. Because his best lap was on the intermediate.
So it is in the order, so...
Dan will cross first, he's just gone purple in sector 2, but he's had a ropey Ascari. Then it will be Faxland and then Tennis Freak close behind.
So we're interested to watch these guys. They're on the softs, the only people to do it. And Dan drives to the line.
Regardless if he gets it, it's going to be a first tier 2 pole. Dan takes it first. Is it going to be Tennis Freak first? No, it is Faxland first.
It's going to be No, it's going to be Tennis Freak. Tennis Freak is up the road, so hop back on board with Tennis Freak just to see the last bit of his lap. He's going to power to the line, and can he take a pole position back for the first time on his debut? Looks like it. Oh, blitzes it.
Faxland then. Can he knock the smile off his face? Not quite.
No, not quite. Frantically trying to get to them.
So there we have it then, the front 3 on the soft tyre. Everybody else either couldn't make it round in time or chose to stick with the Inters. And I would not be surprised to see everybody else starting on the mediums.
Early safety
would-
car is all I'm going to say that's going to ruin that. Or VSC.
VSC would have to be timed right, but even then you could box.
Depends when it is though.
Mm.
If it's within the first 2 laps, then it's not going to affect them as much. If it's the changeover point where the soft guys have to then pit, then they'll have the advantage.
If it's between laps 8 and probably 10, unless one of those front 3 decides to stretch those tyres a long way, then it will definitely fall to the benefit of the soft runners. But I can't see a scenario where going mediums will hinder you massively.
No.
Yeah.
So first pole for Faxland.
Yes. First COS pole, first Tier 2 pole.
Probably not Blaze. Probably not. I can't see anyone starting on the hard tyre, Danny, can you?
No, it's pointless. It's a pointless tyre. Round here it's meaningless. The medium will, if you really want to stretch it, will do 20 laps. They'll be in tatters at the end, but they will do it. So no,
we only saw it so much yesterday because of where the safety car and VSC came out.
Yeah,
that's why.
I mean, I know Tichy yesterday used the hard tyre just to get an extra compound out of the way. So he started on mediums, I think.
Cycled through.
Started softs and then switched to mediums early on because of damage, and then the safety car came out and he did a double stop for hards to get the alternate.
And as he said, soft tyres at the end are a dream. Yes, they are. I can imagine they were. Didn't get that far, so I wouldn't know.
Wish I had them. But here we go.
Trace or Thomas, by the looks of things. I wasn't keeping an eye on that. 40
So let's
people
get your
have joined us this evening.
people.
And 40 people have joined. Yeah, that's great. It's great. Love it. So we are expecting most people to go on the mediums. Out, obviously, other than the top 3.
Gary Donegan, thank you for following. Ricky, thank you for the gifted sub. Connell, thank Ricky, please. You've got to have the description from him.
Oh, why am I doing that? I need to do... That's what I'm looking for. Oh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting indeed. The one that I find most interesting is that Mercedes have not split strategies.
Yeah, neither have the racing points.
No.
Considering what is on the line, I thought they may have done. The same with the McLarens as well.
The Renaults have split their strategies. Ethan in P5 on the softs, Dynamo P11 on the medium.
And the Williams have split theirs as well. And the same for Alpha.
Haas as well have split.
And the Red Bulls, but that's because Dan didn't really have a choice and Rick started near the back, so medium's probably more beneficial.
Will be as well.
So Danny, quick prediction, who's it going to be?
Barring any complications, I think Thomas will win, and I think he will take the title today. I
don't know who's going to get a podium. That's the other 2 spots. That's going to be
just given the time difference between them in qualifying. I think Tennis Freak will get a podium. I don't know whether it'll be second or third, but I think he'll get one. And I think. Do you know what? I think Slater will get P3, and then put Tennis Freak in second. I think he's going to get a podium out of this.
Well, I would love to see him get P3 starting from the back, similar to what he did last week. We were hoping for fireworks as he came through and he showed the pace, but unfortunately got into trouble. So hopefully Slater can provide some overtaking opportunities for us to enjoy.
Fingers crossed. So then, we get ready to go racing in the Cathedral of Speed. Tennis Freak in the Ferrari, on pole at the home Grand Prix. Hopefully he can do the Tifosi proud. Right where the camera I'm looking at this is from, which is just above the start-finish line, is a massive grandstand and it's full of red constantly. I know you imagine the whole track being full of red, but you do see speckles of other colours.
I lost interest by that point.
Here we go then. 5 lights. I've no doubt we'll get a glitch. Indeed we do. So we wait. The revs build.
Oh, jump starts. Two jump starts.
No, I think it's just the one. I only saw one penalty come through, but it's a great start from Tennis Freak. Faxon's had him there.
Yep.
And we've got Thomas going down the inside. He's had a great start. 3 wide through the Retafilio, but Tennis Freak gets away well. Thomas up to 3rd ahead of Dan. He'll tuck in behind as we head through the Curva Grande.
Here we go. Dan's going to try and get a run on him. Got to be careful down the inside. Thomas defends.
Dan will sit there for now.
We are all good so far.
Oh, contact there!
At the back, looks like Mark and Profodus, but other than that, everyone's got through cleanly. And Tennis Freak putting the hammer down straight away. Already a second. Faxon needs to respond as soon as he can. He's got Thomas right behind him.
We've got wing damage for Dan, Wisey Boy, and Mark.
Dan's got wing damage. Where's he picked that up?
He went into the back of Tom. Thomas hit the second chicane. Tom's got a poor exit. And I think Dan will stop because it's at 44%. That's going to be in the yellow to orange region. Ross has broken his as well, the same, 44%.
Well, Crowan looks to go down the around the outside.
Ferrari Thomas around the outside, Dan through the parabolica. There's a little bit of contact between the two. Dan's going to carry on for the time being.
Thomas has dropped down massively.
Yeah, there was a little bit of contact between them, and he got out of shape on the AstroTurf.
Thomas and Faxon. Thomas parks it on the apex, gets it done. Needs to get the drive out. Faxon stays close. Can he use the slipstream and get a nice run down to the second chicane? Looks side by side. I think Thomas will cover the inside, break deep, and defend it. That is an awful camera angle. Thank you very much, Codemasters. So let's have a look at the change of posiciones.
Yeah, big losers off the start then. Dreiser and Donamo losing 9 and 8 places respectively down at the back of the field. Big winner is Crowan, up 5 places to P9, and then Lewis in P11, he's up 4 places.
Just looking down, there's a tasty midfield battle that's going on once again in Tier 2. Week in, week out we see it. And it is Rosa that seems to be behind Jamie, and he wants to use the best out of his soft tyres.
Yeah. It's all a matter of when you decide to pit, because we've got these guys with damage, of course. And I'm not sure when.
I'll tell you what though, Danny, sorry to cut you off. Faxon's going to look to try and get Thomas, or Thomas shuts the door. And it's Lewis and Two Spell and Lewis side by side. And Lewis is now going to get under pressure from Mark.
He is, but he's going to have the toe off the Two Spell Wizard. He might be able to come back at him into the De La Roggia. Two Spell defends the outside line. Lewis goes for it on the brakes, takes the position, but touches the gravel on the exit. There, no damage for either car.
Oh, Mark's round, by the way. Mark is round. Mark has got severe front wing damage. We missed that. Don't know who that is from.
He has no front wing at all. That's all gone. So that will be a stop for Mark. I wonder if he got caught up in that, and whereas Two Spell was trying to avoid Lewis after he went a little bit deep, Mark ended up with nowhere to go.
I'll tell you what, Dan's struggling with that front wing damage, although he's still holding up the guys somehow in front of, behind him, but not for much longer. Arbar is going to look down the inside. Actually, no, more defending from Thomas behind.
Yeah, that's going to.
Oh, here we go.
Using as much road as he can, as he can there.
This is going to get interesting. So he's going to try and, I don't know, I would know what to do. Probably hold the outside to have the inside again. Arbar goes down the inside. And gets the move done. Thomas is the next one on the list. Oh, Roland's around, I think. Yeah.
Faxland having a look at Thomas into the De La Roggia for second place. And that gives Tennis Freak a little bit of a reprieve because Thomas was all over the gearbox of the Ferrari.
Jamie and Rosa side by side. Give me a camera angle, please. Rosa is trying to... Oh, he's still trying to get past, in all fairness, with that front wing damage. Seems to have the pace for the time being, but obviously a compound
to be
softer.
fair, last night when I got my wing damage on the soft tyre, you can hold it for a fair amount of time early on, and you can do so later on the medium, so
Thomas
they might be able to stretch it.
Wouldn't go into a scurry there, Thomas. That you're asking for trouble.
I think we're going to see a change of leader down into turn 1 here, mate.
I think we are as well. There is someone off.
That's two spells round.
So both the McLarens having incidents on lap number... no.
That's ridiculous.
2 McLarens disqualified in 2 weeks for... I don't know.
And that's unfortunate for two spell.
Absolute rubbish. So, as we discussing that, Thomas has got past OG Tennis Freak. Can the Ferrari man respond? Didn't get a great exit.
I'm not sure that he's going to have the drive to be able to do so. He might wait in for another lap. He will, of course, get the DRS as they head up towards Ascari, but he had a poor exit there. Don't think he'll be able to do it at that point in time. So wait and see. Tennis Freak's tyres considerably worse off than Thomas's at the moment.
Have a look at the battle for 4th place. Arbo's not really pulled away from Dan, but Dan has still got that Ferrari putting him under pressure.
Yeah, it's all going to be a case of when Dan decides to stop, because now that we're out of this early stage of the race, you could predict really.
Lewis has got past Ethan. Sorry, Dan's cut you off before Ascari, so got the move done nice and early. So people are making places.
He will, and he's going to have a run on Crowan as well. So Lewis looking racy here.
So Dan once again got a bare exit out the final corner to Thomas. Thomas now having to use the DRS to get through, but I think Crowan's got, Jamie behind's got the better run. Goes to the inside, he's going to try and hold it. Very, very close.
Yeah, Jamie there actually maxing out the car at 218 miles an hour as he was trying to close in on Thomas, but I think Thomas was the same.
So interesting, Arbar's still dropping off the back of the guys in front, so showing the delta difference between the softs and the mediums.
Interestingly enough, in the time he's been sat behind the Mercedes, Tennis Freak's tyres have been wearing off at a slower rate than we saw in the early stage of the race. It's now the Mercedes man that's getting more of the wear, which is sort of the opposite of what you'd expect, really.
Yeah, you think you'd get some more. It looks like. Let's drop down and see what Slater's doing. Slater's already up to 12th after his quality ban. He makes it 11th.
Just got
good move. Although he's fallen, going to have a run back at him. Oh, Slater loses the back end. He saves it very well nicely. Wisey Boy's probably going to tuck in behind.
Pit stop delta here, of course, is around 23 seconds. So at the moment, Slater is going to jump ahead of the leaders. He's currently 13 seconds behind.
We've got ourselves a DRS train. Hope everyone has got their tickets with them.
There's Rosa with the first penalty.
Thomas is the closest he's been to the back of the Red Bull.
Yeah, we're going to see a move.
Outside. We should see a move.
And he's got it done, but crucially, no, neither of them have got DRS. So this, not ERS rather. So Jamie could capitalise here, and so could Lewis. He's still lurking in this fight.
Thomas hasn't got any, so Dan's just going to sit behind and probably save. Would be what we used low deployment.
Lewis has just set the fastest first sector of anybody so far.
Oh, he isn't. He's going to try it. Thinks about it. Oh,
Jamie goes off at Ascari into the gravel.
He didn't.
Outbreak.
Yeah, well, he did enough to put Jamie off and forced him to the mistake.
Well played there from Lewis. Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, but
Moves him up to 7th place.
That's also created that gap now.
Claudio is right in the chat. Pit window for softs is now open. Lap 8 is the earliest.
So the guys that are with that damage will probably want to pit now, I would reckon, or very soon.
Yeah, to be fair, if you're... I mean, the guys who have damage...
I think if you're within the DRS train, I'll just keep going. Not really losing out on...
No, he's not. I mean, Dan at the minute isn't losing out.
He's just had an awful first sector, though.
Yeah, and he is now outside of DRS to Thomas, so maybe it is time for him to stop. The next man with damage is actually Rosa in P9.
Rosa's doing okay, they've got Jamie behind him.
Wisey Boy still has damage from the start as well, and he's on medium, so he's the one that's going to be suffering the most.
He's stuck behind Fallen.
Near it with...
So, Thomas seems to be a boot in the straight line. I know that DRS is helping. Lewis gets that move done into Ascari. That dirty air is not going to be pleasant. Dan, Neil puts in the wall, saves it though.
He has. Lost a lot of time. He's going to be stopping now, surely.
Yeah, he probably will.
Rosa's going to make the move. Crowan's going to try it as well. He's sticking his nose in through the parabolica.
It's Jamie, actually. I've already got that wrong as well.
Oh yeah.
So Rosa got... so they both got ahead of each other. That's interesting. So Crowan's ahead of Jamie. I'm expecting to be some kind of multi-2-1. Or some time with
T orders. Here. Who's going to get him out in front?
Thomas has picked up 3 seconds. That's important.
It is indeed.
That is important. He's got 3.8 second gap though, so all good at the moment.
Jamie the man on the move. He's just set the fastest first sector so far.
I would love to see when Thomas is still just hanging on to the back of Arba. Arba's now making some inroads into the soft guys as those tyres have fallen off or are falling away.
Crucially, in the constructors' battle, Lewis is now in a bit of no man's land. Crowan is the only man near him, but with all the guys in front pitting, that's left Lewis with no train to latch onto. He's got to try and push to close up to Thomas, which 2 seconds up the road, I don't think it's going to happen in time.
And it's going more and more and more as Rick goes past Fallen. That's for P11 and 12. I think Fallen will be stopping.
If I was in the Mercedes camp and I was Lewis, I would have come in there and gone for the undercut on the guys in front.
To the outside. He's going to try and hang it. No, I don't think Lewis was going to give him the space.
Well defended from Lewis. Keeps his head, and Fallen has gone for that undercut. He stopped on lap 9. We'll see what he can do. He's going to be coming out ahead of... Well, you would have said ahead of Rosa and Dan, but maybe not.
Maybe not.
And they've had a wing change as well.
Yeah, Dan just gets ahead of him.
Yeah, just ahead. So Fallen now with all the work to do.
So settle down, but we are obviously waiting for guys to make their stops. And it's going to be interesting to see where they come back. Oh, Lewis just saves that in the background of the shot.
Yeah. Our championship leader, Thomas, in the Mercedes, has been pushing hard. His tyres are feeling it. Whereas before he was just underneath.
Look at that. That gap.
There a tyre wear.
That gap spiked to 6 seconds there. Faxton is in.
And that might be why, because Lewis is pitting in now.
Yep.
First of the Mercedes in, so Thomas is going to have to go again.
Thomas goes to the outside, Arba is defending the inside. Both get it stopped in time. Arba had to use a little bit more of the first corner to make sure he got there. But he still stays ahead. I'm surprised they've stayed out this long, but and Thomas is going to go to the outside, then switches to the inside. He's obviously got more speed. There is the switch of positions down at Alpha, but not the way I wanted to see. I saw him just sliding through the corner there.
Careful, boys. We need you to bring some points home.
Yep, we didn't do a great job yesterday. Sorry.
But look who's on the back of this.
I know.
Scuffle.
I
Big
know.
Slater.
Hang on, no. Thomas has got down the inside of our bar. Now we will jump back to see where Slater's going.
Oh, Thomas got a tank slapper and has to cut the exit of Ascari.
Jumping back. Here we go. Now. Oh, they were both seeing who could get DRS there. You could tell the way they were breaking.
On crowing into the parabolica, and he's got it done.
Oh, double stack though, Ferrari.
Oh, lack of communication there. Not
I'll tell you what, Slater's closing.
Yet.
He's closing. He's a bullet in a straight line.
And he's got that move done with ease.
Wow.
But this is the point where Slater needs to push hard, because he's got to try and keep himself ahead of Thomas.
Lewis has managed to get himself out into a gap of such.
And crucially, Thomas has come out just behind Roland, and in front of those two there is a lot of space. So Thomas is going to be pushing hard, and I think actually, yeah, he's going to go through into the De La Roche. So Thomas now with some clean air.
Yep. Actually gained a little bit of time as well on Tennis Freak. Tennis Freak 6.5 seconds, but I don't know actually. I'd say it like about the same.
That might have been with some of the other guys who came in as well, holding him up. That might have been the problem. Or Thomas might have held him actually.
Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but has Lewis undercut Thomas in the Ferrari?
Yes, with the combination of the undercut and the stack, he has. Yes,
and the tank slapper.
Yeah, and the tank slapper. So, bearing in mind the guys ahead who will have to stop again, yep. Lewis currently is net P4. If he can get himself up to third, Thomas currently has the fastest lap. So there could be a clean sweep here tonight. We'll have to wait and see.
We have a train.
Anything can happen.
There is a train. There's another train that's formed. It's behind Faxland.
Yeah, Faxland for all his early pace.
Ooh,
I mean, he's not exactly struggling at the moment.
No, he just locked up into turn one, got himself a bit out of shape. Donato's going to have the better run through, you'd think. He's got no ERS, whereas Donato's got a little bit saving though. Because of that, he's put himself under pressure from Dracer.
Of course they can, Titch. Done the maths, of course they can win it.
He's not going to have it, is he?
No, he's not. You're forgetting count back, man.
Meanwhile, the other Red Bull is under Zikosh. He has got Wisey Boy behind him. He then has a rampant Mercedes behind him as well, who's trying to push. That gap he's now got though is 8.5 seconds.
Yeah. Now we're at the point now where you can potentially put the softs on to the end. So I don't know how brave Wisey Boy is feeling.
Nothing's going to happen there. Could probably miss Wisey Boy. It's Dracer on the back of Donamo.
Donamo. Oh, and the Hasses work together well there.
Be careful. They've boxed him in
Donamo,
there. Oh, he's held
Donamo,
it though.
Yes. But Dracer's got the move done. Great. Oh, Donamo.
Donamo got a tank slapper. And somehow, I don't know how he's not put Lewis in the wall. Wasn't deliberate. Meanwhile, up front, Rick is holding off Wisey Boy, and Thomas has taken opportunity of that and got up to 5th.
Oh, Thomas in the Ferrari there. Big lunge attempt on Donamo into the second chicane. He's come off worse. Not only has he not gained the position, but he's got himself a penalty for his trouble. Yep.
Oh, these two behind Rick are chomping at the bit. The gap out front has also come down as well. Slayer is still making inroads. so
think
is Jamie.
Faxon's got a problem.
What kind of problem?
I don't know, but Tracer is on 10 lap older tyres, and yes, he's got DRS, but he's closing in rapidly. There's no damage for either of them.
Here we go, Thomas to the inside. DRS gets that done. Wisey Boy's probably going to look to try and follow through, and he doesn't. Looks for the switchback. I tell you what, he's showing some decent pace despite having that front wing damage. Wisey Boy, he's doing a good job.
2-1 at Haas.
And not the way round you think it would be.
No, not about
Oh, Wisey Boy and Rick. Rick's cut the chicane to keep the plays, bit of argy-bargy, but the position has been given back. Meanwhile, out front, I will jog to them. They are the closest they have been. Slater has dropped Jamie, and it's hunting Arbar.
Slater doing everything he can at the moment.
And Rick's just lost another position to Roland. Roland's up to 6th.
Rick at the moment. We don't have any telemetry for Minerik at the moment.
Nope.
Nor do we have any for Roland, so...
Roland knows on the inside of Wisey Boy. Wisey Boy, I think, is now
change
struggling.
of leader. Here goes Slater down to the inside of turn 1 with DRS. It's an easy move, but Jamie is right on the back of the Williams of Alvar as well and could put him under pressure through the Curva Grande.
Oh, big penalty coming. Oh no, Rick's hit the back of Roland. Oh, it's in the wall. How is he not retired from the session there with that crash is beyond me.
Alvar and Jamie had a nice little scuffle there into the second chicane. Both came off clean.
Oh, and I think Rick's trying to get out the way as quick as he can. Just seemed to get with the O-speed, just got caught on the back of Profolis and just completely misjudged it. Meanwhile, Jamie's going to fight Arbar.
Is that done into a Scari?
Well, the next man on the move is Lewis.
He is, yeah, but when does Slater pit? That's the question now. He's currently 9.2 seconds ahead of Thomas, so he will come out with around 15 seconds to make up. And he's coming in now, as does Arbar.
Let's see how this is going to affect Jamie then. So Jamie goes to effective P1 lead, but we all know it's going to be Thomas when Jamie pits. It'd be interesting to see
an interesting decision from Racing Point to pit Wisey Boy first.
Yep. Slate's going to come out. Oh,
behind the
just
in the middle of the train.
Wow.
Alright, so Slater 22.6 seconds to make up to Jamie.
Rick's in trouble again by the looks of things. Yep. Damage, but that coincides with his 2-stop. Faxon is going to try and get that position back off Lewis, but Lewis has got it held off for the time being. Rosa has gone past Dynamo.
Change of position there.
Dynamo's struggling. He is a lot further down than probably what we thought he would be.
Yeah, but it's again though, he had a poor qualifying. It seems to be his kryptonite. Slater obviously had his qualifying ban, but he's had a couple of situations this season where his qualifying's let him down.
Yep. Oh, I'll tell you what,
what's allowed Thomas to waltz away.
He played that so well. He just braked a little bit earlier, slowing fast out with Scari. He's got a great run now, Faxon, with the fresh rubber, and should have the position done. But Faxon will get DRS back. Whether he's going to be able to keep up.
Slater will have it from Lewis as well, who for his teammates' sake will do his best to hold this position. But he's nothing to stop that Pink Panther. Look at him go straight through. Nothing Lewis can do about that.
Oh, meanwhile, we've got a very interesting battle behind. It's Arbar, it's Thomas, and it's Crowan.
You would put Arbar as your favourite in that battle.
Arbar is, and he's now pulling away. So Faxon's next on the agenda.
Is you've got Lewis and Faxon in that fight as well. Slater, of course, is still technically in it, but he will now start to pull away on those fresh soft tyres.
So we've got ourselves a train down here from 3rd down to 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And Lewis has just lost that DRS. That is a multi-2-1 down at Alpha. There's people picking up penalties left, right and centre.
See, 1.6 now, Slater to Tennis Freak. Total gap to Thomas in the lead is around 12.5 seconds. And we have 9 laps to go. I think we're going to have a move from Arbar on Lurch, but Faxon's trying to muscle his way through as well.
3 wide. Oh, that was always going to end in tears.
Faxon's round. We've got wing damage there. Arbar's gone as well. Lewis cuts the corner, but I don't think we can have a go at him for that.
VSC.
Doesn't really
help anyone. I was thinking possibly Don Ammo, but he's just gone past it.
So, oh no, Lewis has got, he's got no front left wing.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if he got away with that scot-free.
I'm surprised actually that it's Lewis that got front wing damage, because given that he was at the front of that.
Yeah.
Arbar has massive wing damage on both sides, as Faxon has a lot on the left hand side, but Lewis, the one that's come out of that.
So this has opened the door for some people behind them.
It has, yeah. Jamie on for a good result. Crowan as well.
Yeah. It's also helped the likes of the Rosers, the Faxons, the Marks, possibly the Dans and the Fallens if these guys got a pit again.
Yeah, and of course, Faxons will have to stop now with the wing damage. As will Arbar, so.
Oh, Lewis needs to go in. That thing can't even go around the corner.
No, Mark will need to stop again, and that could be any time now, I think. He might try and stretch him to the end.
Yeah, Slater's got past Tennis Freak. That was pretty easy.
Yep. So 12.3 then is his gap.
So Jamie on for a podium, Danny.
Do you think? Do you think he'll be able to catch up to Tennis Freak? Let me.
He's got the rubber, hasn't he? Surely. Can you have a look at that?
The rubber. Let me have a look at the penalties for you. Tennis Freak is on 1 penalty, no warnings.
Rosa's side by side, and Rosa's up to 6th.
Yeah, Jamie at the minute would have it, even if he doesn't get past him on track. He only has 1 warning. But I think it's safe to say now that barring some catastrophe like we had last night, regardless of whether I'm right or not, as Tichy claims, there'll be no Constructors' Champion today.
Yep. We've got ourselves a cluster of groups actually, top 3 down to 7. And then we've got Mark, and then I think all the guys that are on the mediums and the softs are all going to join back up again. So it could be interesting the last couple of laps, how that's all going to pan out. There's definitely going to be some more drama, let's put it that way.
Definitely the case.
So there we go, Jamie on the Tennis Freak.
Just looking at the fuel balance for the cars, well, I say for the cars, for Thomas and Slater. Thomas currently has 1 extra lap of fuel, Slater has half a lap of extra fuel, so advantage Mercedes there.
Don Ammo with the fastest lap, and Roland, oh, he's not quite got the move done by the looks of things. Comes back on the track. They will have to do it all over again.
Just going to ride on board with Crowan through sectors 2 and 3. Let's see if we can have a look at getting a move made on Rosa again.
Has Slater got a penalty, did you say?
I'll have a look.
Because we know Thomas has got 1. So that gap's effectively 7.2, isn't it?
Thomas has 1, Slater has 0, but 1 warning to his name.
Okay. So that gap out front is effectively 7 seconds.
Yep.
Doable, maybe? Don't know.
It's doable.
That's a stretch.
It's doable.
It's a big stretch.
Thomas is pushing hard. He's run out of ERS and he's burning fuel. Slater not burning fuel at the moment, but he is pushing on his ERS.
And Crowan is closing and closing and goes down to the inside, stops it just in time, and another move is done.
Yep. Also, Dan made a move on Mark as well, but Mark's going to have a look back and clips the back end of the Red Bull. Lets him keep position and get himself away, but they'll have lost time behind to Roland.
Held position. They're also losing time to Rosa as well. They've lost a couple of seconds since that BSC period. Let's look at the old change of position. So you can see Big Slayer and Crowan are the big movers today, as well as Wisey Boy.
Yes, they are. Roland, meanwhile, has actually made 27 overtakes so far in this race.
And I don't think that's going to be the last of it, considering he's on those softs.
No.
And Mark's mediums are going to be, yeah. And they're a view set as well.
Oh dear.
That's,
yeah.
That's
nasty.
nasty.
Well, you can tell he's dropped out a DRS from Dan as well, but Roland is right in there.
Oh. And Rosa and Crowan are exchanging places once again. Oh, very nice of them. Both having a very good race, actually.
Definitely. So, I think that's where they'll probably end up sitting for now. I don't think Rosa's going to have the pace to break DRS to Crowan and then catch Thomas ahead of him.
How is Thomas
Slater
doing with penalties, by the way?
Ferrari's Thomas.
Yes, I only asked this. And it's not because I want to knock him down, but his track record isn't with penalties in particular on track.
He has 2 warnings, no, 2 penalties and 1 warning.
Ooh.
To which Rosa has
got a couple.
2 penalties and 1 warning. Crowan, meanwhile, as is always the case, is clean. He only has 1 warning so far, so Crowan right now would be jumping to at least P5. Tennis Freak does have a penalty.
Yeah. Oh, Wisey Boy, and I think it's Dracer. Dracer's going to try and hang it around the outside. Oh, they touch. It's not going to. You're not going to work it, boys. I don't know how you're going to keep yourselves alive, and you have done. No, you haven't. I've spoken too soon. Wisey Boy's in the barrier at Ascari. He's the first victim of this evening.
He is, and
it's not going to be a safety car.
Not at this point of the race, no.
Or a VSC.
We might get a VSC.
And Crowan has got the move back on Rosa. These two are swapping places like there's no tomorrow.
Crowan's had a problem there. He's suddenly just jumped down. I wonder if he's let him back through. I think he has. I think he's just let him back through.
So it's Dracer. Dracer's going to use the slipstream, the softer rubber. Which side he's going to go? Fallen's going to hold the middle. Sits behind. We'll have to wait another lap. Unless he can get into Lesmo 1. That'd be adventurous.
There's one thing I know from my season is his teammate. He will go for a move if the door is open.
Oh, who's that going on? Don't know.
Essentially for P8, Roland closing in on down into Ascari, but Roland has a DRS failure. From what I can tell. Nothing can come through on the telemetry. Of course, we don't have it for Roland, but the wing was not opening there.
Dan's not had a great Ascari. Let's look at Crowan. Jump back with these two. No, we'll jump back again.
I think Dan's played a tactical game here.
Oh, he has as well.
He slowed early with the Parabolica, and that's going to give him the DRS, but Roland's got him in a straight line, I think.
Oh, Crowan's run off. Side by side with Rosa. Crowan's off at turn 1. Roland's not made the corner. Dan's going to go around the outside, surely. And now Drace is behind them. He's sitting there. He's ready to pounce.
He is. Lewis picks up a time penalty there.
Now, I would say these softs towards the end could get a little bit tasty.
Could.
Oh, Donamo's in the wall. No, I was just seeing how he's getting on because he's closing onto the back of someone. He's just hit the wall.
And Drace has got ahead of Dan.
That's before Ascari. And he will have a run onto Roland on the final lap. Oh yeah, look at that! Wow! That. Such a better run.
And he's saving his battery down towards the parabolica. And Lewis is retired. Where's that?
That's Ascari.
Ascari claims its next victim.
Oh, the Ferraris are fighting. No, we've seen this before already last season.
Donamo's got wing damage from somewhere.
Yeah, he has. The Lesmer one.
Was the back end on injury?
Tennis Freak seems to let Thomas through there.
Donamo's going to stop, put on a fresh set of softs, and he'll go for fastest lap on lap 27. Gap to the leader now 6 seconds.
Oh, Roland's made a mistake. He's under pressure. Those softs are on the edge. Oh, who's that? That's just gone spearing off. I think it's fallen. Yep.
Oh, halting up now at the end of the race.
Had a massive tank slapper.
Worn tyres, worn brains, concentration slips. Dracer though, not close enough to Roland, although he might get a much better run out of Ascari, and this, yes he has.
Oh, again.
And this time, he's going to keep it and save his charge again, and he'll have one more run. 5.8 seconds now, the gap in front. As we're into the final lap, Thomas has...
That's Donamo again.
He's allowing the leaders through, which will mean he's not going to get his fastest lap attempt.
No.
Dracer round the outside of Roland into turn 1. Can he make this stick? McLaren squeezes him, but Roland holds it. There'll be one, maybe two more chances. Dracer needs to just keep himself close.
I'm going to quickly jump to our leader.
Go for it. He's kept it clean since his first penalty, so he's going to have to make a mistake in the parabolica to lose this now.
Yep. Slater got it down to 6 seconds. It's been a valiant effort from Slater, starting from the back of the grid.
It has. Here we go. Thomas around the final corner to cross the line and crown himself Tier 2 champion of Season 5 in spectacular style.
Will Crowan go for a big lunge at the end? No, he doesn't.
Roland's car is a bullet in a straight line. Absolute rocket.
Oh, he's going to drive him to the line. To the line. Oh, Crowan edges out rather just. We've got Dracer and Roland. Roland celebrating. Dracer gets 9.
Dan will cross into 10th, but will he keep the position to Fallen? Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Arbar, after a good start, got into
Arbar
that
and
scrap.
Oh, but yeah, that wasn't clever.
Hits the wall. Although he hit the wall after the line, so nothing doing. Good race from Tier 2. Showed us how it's really done after last night's debacle. So then, with a possible 79 Drivers' Championship points still to claim, Thomas has put himself out of sight, and the celebrations can begin. What a better crowd. to do it under than the Tifosi.
That is going to be one happy Dutchman.
Yes, indeed he is. So there we have it then. Thomas crosses the line and takes the championship with Big Slater, his main rival, behind him after a valiant fight back. A really, really valiant fight back from Slater. Started P18, finishes in second place. Jamie in third place for his best results since dropping into Tier 2. Tennis Freak in P4, his results keep getting better and better. Thomas in P5 would have been further up had he not got those 2 penalties. They have cost him in the end. Crow in P6 picked up a penalty late on, or he would have jumped into 5th place. Rosa P7, Roland P8, Tracer in P9, Dan in P10.
Some guys there with points they'll be very happy with, I feel.
Certainly will be, but there's one man I think will be even happier than the rest of them. Let's get these guys invited. Thomas, Slater and Jamie. Jamie I think has gone offline already, so we will just stick with the main 2.
Let's go and get a Mercedes.
On the podium. That little twirling pedestal.
Waiting for an eruption of noise here.
Yes, yes.
There he is.
Cats.
We're going to make him wait a minute. Slater. That was brilliant, man. That fight through the field was great.
Fucking was intense as well. I really lost it a couple of times, but I had to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, you gave it everything, and I'm guessing all you wanted was a safety car with maybe 5 or 6 to go.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, because I knew the lead was too big. Because I think he nursed his tires out a bit longer, did he? His soft tires, what that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that saved him as well. He did well with that. I ran 1-3 ring for the race anyway. I thought I had to make a few overtakes.
So I went for the speed.
Yeah.
Well, it worked for me. Definitely worked. Little crumb of comfort in today, though. You've been voted driver of the day, I think, by the chat. Yeah, you have. For that fight through the field, it was brilliant. That's all I can say. It's just unfortunate the result didn't come your way at the end.
Look, I would have took it anyway from the back.
Yeah, it's true. So I don't normally like doing short interviews, but I think we need to give him his moment. Thomas, you are the world champion!
Yes, yes. Get fucking in, lads. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, yeah, that's brilliant. That's class.
Go on, just talk us through it.
Yeah, it was.
And how much were you clenching with each lap that went past?
Well, first of all, qualifying, I was so disappointed that at the end the softs were quicker and people were able to put in their soft lap times. I was like gambling on the fact that the rain was still gonna be there at the end of qualifying, but it wasn't. So it was a shame to start P4, and I was nervous to get past and Robo and Oxlund, because yeah, it's just always tricky to overtake those guys. And then with Tennis Freak, it was just easy move on start finish straight, and after that I just had only one mindset, and I was just full throttle trying to pull away as much as possible. And then when I saw Big Slater coming closer, almost a second each lap, I was thinking, with that penalty as well, no way it's gonna happen and I'm gonna lose it on the last lap. But luckily those soft tires were were going off a little bit, and my mediums kept on. And yeah, just with a couple of laps to go, I sort of start to enjoy the fact that in a few laps time I was going to be tier 2 champion, and it feels really good. Like, I know I had the pace to compete up here, but still sort of the pressure as well to promise that, to make sure and show you got the pace. And I did, and it feels really good. So really happy about that one.
Yeah, that's good stuff. We'll let you go and celebrate. We'll curtail these early.
Yeah, now it's time to focus on constructors title, because that's something we need to win as well.
Lewis, did you know favours today with that one? But
no,
I don't suppose you'll mind.
Wow. Just drop a minute.
That's fine. Lewis cares me.
I know we will be. Yeah, I know we will be getting the points in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah.
Good.
It's a shame he was looking pacey today. Actually.
Yeah, he had a collision going into turn 1, I think.
Yeah.
Ruined his race completely because he was on for a good result, but nevertheless, still. We've got a big enough gap to make sure it's either going to be next week we seal the title or the week after, so it should be good. Don't think we're gonna give this one away unless something really weird happens.
Yeah. Well, best of luck for the constructors. Go enjoy your driver's title.
I will. Thank you.
Maybe we'll see you again next week.
Congrats, Thomas, anyway, on that, mate.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Grab the one, mate.
So, as much as we hope to see these two guys next week, we hope we can see all of you next week again as well. We'll be racing in Spa, Belgium for round 9 of the championship at 10 PM UK time on Tuesday. If you want to catch us then, you can do. But in the meantime, if you're thinking I want to watch some more contests of speed, you can do that as well. We race Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. And you can catch us live on Twitch on all of those days. And you can watch all of our past races back on our YouTube channel. Head over there and check them out. And the last thing would be, make sure you check out our merch store if you want to support us further. That's contestofspeed.live/merch. Thank you all again very much for watching. We will see you next week. Good night.